To start off with a little bit of housekeeping, please ask any questions using GoToWebinar's question feature on the GoToWebinar interface. After the demo portion, we're going to answer every question that's on there and hopefully answer any concerns you might have. If at any point you decide you're interested in more information, use the raise hand feature on GoToWebinar or ask us in a question, and we'll be sure to contact you after the demo. For all attendees, we'll be emailing out a recording of the webinar after for you to share with any coworkers who are not able to make the webinar or distribute internally. At this point, I'm going to start by introducing Neil, who's the CEO and co-founder of AMP Technologies. A little more background on AMP. They are actually a Silicon Valley company that focuses on bringing best-of-breed technology to real estate. There's quite a few pieces to AMP that Neil's going to go through today. We're going to focus on the business intelligence side today, but they are more than willing to show any other piece throughout if you have more, if you're interested afterwards. Neil, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, great. And I know there's a couple people you want to introduce on your side as well. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Liz, and I appreciate being on the call. Obviously, business intelligence is near and dear to my heart, and I'm glad for the opportunity to speak on that behalf. A couple of people from the team. I've got Arvind Satyamurthy out of our lead development out of California. We have Alex Korniakoff, who heads up our services division, senior vice president, as well as the AMP platform. And I've got Adi Jayachandran, who leads the product development as well, who's going to help with the presentation here today. And that is it. So welcome, everybody, and thank you for being on the call today. And with that, I think, Adi, are you ready for the presentation? And just we'll walk through the different slides here.
Yes, Neil.
Okay, great. Why don't you just go ahead and go through the slides there, Liz. I believe he needs the turn over.
Yes, Adi, we are ready for you to show your screen. There we go.
Okay, great. Well, thank you again. And just a quick background. I think just in today's world, having real-time edge and real-time information with all the systems that are available today is a huge key advantage and a competitive advantage today, with not only taking a look at the systems you currently use, but the data that's available in Google today, the data that's available in Yahoo today, the data that's available in forward-looking systems, CRM systems, all of this combined together to give you a real live information and intelligence. That's really what the future of technology is. Currently, it's been used in many different spaces and many different sectors and industries. And we at AMP actually bring a lot of this technology and the ability not only to combine many of your disparate sources, but be able to bring to life what this real-life technology would be and give you relevant information for your performance. So I'll give you a couple of statistics out there that may be really interesting to you, and as you know, many of you see it coming on a daily basis in your roles. Data doubles about every 18 months in the world. So if we haven't solved the data problem and how to analyze data, how to make it relevant to your performance or our performance here in managing real estate and real estate assets, it only will get worse simply because the amount of data coming from all different sides, whether market valuations, market data, your actual accounting data, your leasing data, broker data, all of this pulled together is going to multiply, right? So data doubles every 18 months. But how do you aggregate all this data that's coming to you in a real-time basis and pull it to give you business intelligence is really the key to competitive advantage and your success. The real-time advantage. What happens when you have real-time advantage? Obviously, the risk management of your assets. How do you manage risk of your assets in a real-time platform? Do you have the ability to see risk before they happen or as they happen, to make the right decisions to correct that or hold the right people accountable around that. So does your system allow you to do that? Does the system or a platform that you use or processes that you use allow you to collaborate in real time and take action and and go from action to execution to validating your performance? All that combined together is really what business intelligence is all about. And we're going to today show you some examples at a very high level what that looks like. And later, obviously, we have a solution for you, I think, if you want to see further what we can do for you. But ultimately, data aggregation, data validation, data analysis will typically take 68 to 80% of an organization's time. And without a proper system around that, your strategy, your secret sauce to execution, to validate and get a high yield result really can be limited by how you manage all these data points and really getting true intelligence to manage that. So with that, I'm going to move through a couple of things here. So Adi, if you get to the next slide. This is my business partner. Obviously, we started the company about 4 years ago, really getting into the analysis and bringing real-time information, number one, to the marketplace. Secondly is bringing the best-of-breed software. There's social tools, there's mobile tools, there's actual extraction mechanisms, some business analysis, all of that together in a platform that brings real estate the best-of-breed software and ultimately get the most out of performance. Myself led many different businesses from zero to startup to multi-billion-dollar businesses, and my partner, obviously, he was a founder of Hotmail, very successful, obviously sold that off to Hotmail, and then now moving on to many other ventures in both the B2B space as well as the B2C space, and tremendous success there. So with that, we bring a wealth of knowledge around, not just from a business perspective. We're investors in the space. Understand that. We've worked developing the software from real estate investors, brokers, managers, fund managers, all different variants of real estate to really bring you the best-of-breed solution here. And Adi, if you go to the next slide. I'll walk you through some of the things that AMP does here with powerful intelligence. Here, the system brings you not only internal data like your accounting systems, MIR, Yardi, JD Edwards, but also some of your leasing items, and some come in Excel format, some of the CRM or broker data, all that together to give you powerful intelligence to your fingertips. Second is the advantage of mobility. Obviously, coming from a technology background, mobile is the future, and people do want to work wherever they are, or they want information at their fingertips as they are with a client or as you are analyzing a building. Well, the ability to do that is something that's absolutely top of mind for AMP, and we've been able to provide that on a tablet, whether it be an Android device, Apple iPads, to iPhones if you really wanted to. And the last piece is have a system that brings you collaboration in such a tremendous way that if there's a risk on a rent item on a particular asset, and that you are alerted of immediately the moment it happens, everybody that's associated with the assets will get an email and then be able to really quickly log on to AMP and collaborate within that particular line on a performance statement or a financial statement and be able to correct any issues and collaborate in one platform that allows you to archive all those conversations, that allows you to archive all the business plans and be able to get it and have discussions with the broker per se on a leasing item. That doesn't exist today previous to AMP, and we give you the ability to pull that all together. So it's a best-of-breed technology combined with the most innovative and flexible platform. What do I mean by flexible is in the future, Google is looking to build engines that bring in piping of a building or building internal views of buildings. All that, we have the ability to pull that in, and Adi will show you today how we've integrated Google and some of the mapping features and be able to see performance on a map, be able to take a drive around that building with investors if needed, be in a boardroom, and then be able to pull financial information of the health of a particular lease on a particular client in a stacking plan, dynamic live stacking plan, and all of that together, that gives you the utmost of intelligence, risk management, and performance decision tool that is far superior than anything else in the marketplace. So with that, Adi, if you go to the next slide. A lot of times traditionally, I think from past performance to current performance, low decision to high decision support, if you look at some systems, accounting systems, whether it be your MRI, ERD, and so forth, they do a phenomenal job around some of the past performance. Some of them now obviously offer you some of the budgeting, forecasting that looks at the future performance. But combining it all together is something that from a high decision support to predicting some of the future, giving you past information is relative. But really be able to utilize all the tools available to give you high decision support about your future performance is really what the key competitive advantage becomes. And here at AMP, I think I will show you some screens here, and in spirit of time, move through fairly quickly. And as Liz had mentioned, we will probably come back to it and be able to give you a little bit more support down the road here on what AMP does. So as we walk through it, the future of technology really is about big data, all the data that they're pulling in the cloud infrastructure that eliminates costs for you and upkeep and maintaining a department or servers or security, all of that. Be able to provide your information in a mobile format and be able for all teams, all the way from the executive to the executors at the executor level, really work on a platform, be able to collaborate from high-level data all the way down to detail level fairly quickly and take action on it, is really the future of what real estate technology should be and will be. Here's an example of a chart that shows you Yahoo Finance to Google to Reuters to DNB credit ratings, Google Maps pulled in with your Yardi, Argus, Cardin information, Microsoft Dynamics, all that trying to give you an intelligence on the financial side, on the leasing side, on an actual working stacking plan that your brokers dynamically will work through, as well as your finance team to your executives and your leaders. Ultimately, we provided a very simple file sharing system that brings in all together in the platform that's very dynamic. Adi? Adi, thanks. Yep, and let's skip this slide here, and this is just a little bit more about AMP and what we're bringing to the commercial real estate. I think one thing I will mention on top of that is we also have a services division of very capable associates who present our product in a phenomenal way of an integration of the software, both in integration of other unstructured data, such as Excel spreadsheets in a lot of cases, to MRI, ERD, JD Edwards, collectively pull it all together in that platform. And we have a team that helps do that. And in previous worlds, you probably may have seen teams that come in and put in software and only the software, and if it's other data, it becomes a burden for you to take on. At AMP, we provide a full-on solution from beginning to end that gives you, number one, cost savings, number two, speed, and number three, uptime in a matter of weeks to months rather than months to years. So that's the AMP advantage, and that's what we take quite pride in. So with that, Adi, if you want to just jump on, if anybody had any questions, obviously we can just move through some questions. But other than that, let's jump to the demonstration itself, and I'll fill in with color. Adi, if you can just go ahead and start the demonstration and really walk through, really from a high level, we're going to start off with, we're going to show you really quickly a portfolio that consists of 3 assets, and then we will show, and then we'll show a multifamily really quickly. But we'll look at some screens here that give you very high-level data, and then can drill down to a very low-level data very quickly, number one. And number two, the way that the design is, we take great pride in designing software and designing intuitive platform that is both user-friendly and very easy to navigate through, whether you are a seasoned executive all the way down to somebody who just joined the company. This is something that we've had rave reviews from our clients on, and we take extreme pride. So I think as Adi will walk through this with you, it'll give you a great appreciation for what's been done in real estate and the software here, and how easily it can integrate with your current company. Adi?
All right, yeah, thanks, Neil. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to start off with an overview of, obviously, concentration on the business intelligence side, and then also going into the intelligence that we provide on the leasing side, both on commercial and multifamily, and then just give you a quick preview of the other features as well. So we'll start off over here. Here you're looking at a portfolio of 3 properties. So you see California one, you see which portfolio is selected. As you scroll down, you can see key metrics and key intelligence that has been surfaced from your existing systems and data sources. So you're looking at financial metrics, occupancy, expirations. And as you scroll down further, you can see your assets ranked on a map. And again, this scales from, regardless of whether you have 3 assets or 300, you can really rank them on various key criteria and map them all over. From here, you start off, and this is the dashboard that you come into. And after that, you can go into a series of other dashboards. I'm going to go into the financial dashboard over here. And again, we're going to look at the same portfolio that we were analyzing before. So it's the same California portfolio over here. And now, based on your existing setup in your accounting system, you're seeing key trends, key variances, and as you scroll down, you start to see greater levels of detail. One of the differentiators of AMP is the ability to not just provide intelligence on your data, but to also have managers collaborate and provide updates on a real-time basis. So here, as you scroll down below, you see a business plan update for the portfolio that people have keyed into the system. So the collaboration system really bridges the gap between the intelligence and the execution around it and gives you one system to manage all of it. Let me show you how you can drill down easily as well. Again, you start from the high level, and from there you can really go into any levels of detail that you require. So I'm going to drill into the NOI. Again, you're looking at the same portfolio, and within a few seconds you're taken into a detailed operating statement for the portfolio. Again, the system's really flexible. You can create and analyze portfolios by different ways, so you really get pretty powerful portfolio management capabilities right off of here. So as you scroll down, again, you're looking at an operating statement that's actually dynamic, so you can click through any of the categories over here and see the line items below it dynamically. You can also see variance explanations that have been entered. This again falls within our risk management system, where you can set variance thresholds, which can be both a percentage or a dollar value, and this alerts your team and the responsible individuals every time something breaches a threshold. They can come in, put in these explanations, and then it's available for both reporting and for the executive team to review.
So this is a great example of where you can work with a live operating statement, and any risk and so forth within the operating statement, outside of operating statement that you see in real time. And it absolutely alerts your organization and the key players in the organization on how you can correct something fairly quickly in real time, and based on when your books end for the financial quarter or month or whatever the case may be, you have visibility all the way throughout until it ends, and be able to ask the right questions and be able to manage and navigate through it. This is something that's very unique, and obviously collaborating in the particular line itself doesn't exist today, and be able to do that dynamically in a platform, whether you're on an iPad in Hawaii to the office in New Jersey. I mean, it all kind of comes together in a very, very fast and dynamic way. Adi?
So let's say you're looking at the operating statement over here, and you look at a certain line item. You're looking at rent, aggregated rent for the portfolio, and you want to understand how really this rent is evolving and which assets are really contributing to major changes on your financial performance. So all you need to do is you click on the analysis button next to that line item, and now for the portfolio, you're analyzing rent performance by each individual asset. So this screen, again, our goal and our aim is to leverage the power of your information and give you as much strategic advantages an insight based upon that information. So here you're looking at each of the properties and how much they contribute to the rent for the portfolio. And as you're analyzing that, again, you see those variance explanations that were entered in over here. There's a lot of flexibility along with the simplicity. So you can, again, really analyze by different periods. If you want to just go into one particular asset, you go in over here and click into one of the properties over here, and you're now from the portfolio analyzing performance for the given asset and for that same line item. So with very few clicks, you get to exactly the level of detail you want, and now you're looking at line level performance for an asset and how that has trended through time. The next thing I'm going to show you on the financial side is the accounts receivable section. So we again have a whole range of financial metrics. We're going to just concentrate on some of the high-level items over here. So on AR as well, we provide the ability for you to connect to your data. And once you connect to your data, we provide AR aging and a full collaboration system for you to manage updates and information around what's being done about this particular AR balance. So for example, over here, I've clicked on one of the outstanding amounts for the tenants, and you can see the comments right here. You also have the ability to report on this, so you can export, once people fill in this information, you can export this out into reports that you might need to do on a periodic basis. And it really not only provides the intelligence, but also the collaboration and the reporting that need to happen right after. The next piece I'm going to go into is the leasing section. On the leasing section, similarly, we give a wide range of analytics and intelligence. And again, all of this is connected to your existing property management systems. So let me just jump into the leasing section really quick.
Yeah, one of the key advantages I think you'll see here as soon as we get to the leasing section is not only do you connect to what your leasing financial reportings are, but also be able to connect to leasing on a system that allows you to pull in the brokers, pull in what your lease abstracts are, and all of that in a very, very dynamic way. So for example, imagine we'll show you what all your leasing activities are, but really quickly we'll show you some of the other things in a very great format. Imagine if you were sitting in front of a building and you almost had X-ray glasses. In our platform, you can actually have your building if in front of you standing and in an iPad that shows you by tenant. So imagine you have the X-ray glasses and you can see every floor, you can see every suite and who the tenants are. You can see who what the expirations are, what the options are, what the encumbrances are, what their rent per square footage is, what the expansion terms are, all of that in a matter of seconds. And this is what AMP allows you to do. So with that, and Adi here, if you can jump into really quickly into the leasing activity and so forth, and then we'll walk through the stacking plan. Here's the actual portfolio from a portfolio basis, and then running into the actual asset itself. Adi, go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So here you're looking at a portfolio where you're looking at, again, all the metrics sourced up from your existing systems. So you're looking at portfolio level expirations, your leasing activity. As you scroll down over here, you're looking at your pipeline. Again, the ability to pull from not just one of your property management systems, but also CRM, and being able to provide updates on where things stand on your leasings overall. And as you scroll down, again, you'll see more and more metrics to really guide asset managers towards spotting the information that's really important and relevant for them. Again, over here on the leasing section, you have the ability to not just look at it from a high level, but also drill down into any level of detail that you need. So for example, I click down into expirations that are coming up for the portfolio. Now you're looking at all the leases that are going to expire in the next few months at the portfolio level. So what you have over here is not just a static rent roll, but really a dynamic rent roll where you can click through expirations, click through vacancies, and also look at your entire rent roll as it lays out. Many of our clients also add additional fields, and they provide and look for their own custom rent rolls that they might require. Again, from here, you can start off from the high level and then drill into an individual asset if you need to. So I'm going to click into an individual property within the rent roll, and now you're back into the property level, analyzing things for the asset. From here, you can also get not just the rent roll, but as Neil was mentioning, a visual view of the building as well. So I'm going to click into the stacking plan over here, and here you look at, again, occupancy and expirations and a dynamic view of the building.
So one of the key examples here we're going to show you is not only your building in a really live format of expirations by year and the tenants and where they are. You can see the building visually. So imagine if you're an owner, an operator, asset manager, or even the leasing agent, you can very dynamically through your iPad or Android device, whatever it may be, you can see what's going on fairly quickly. Not only see what's going on fairly quickly on which year is expiring, but actually click on one of these clients. For here, Adi's going to click on one of these clients, and it'll give you very quickly what the when the leases are, what the end terms are, what the relocations are, who the options are held by, the option dates. And very quickly, like I said, with your X-ray glasses almost, you can click on the tenant information here, or all you have to do is click on that item there. As soon as that clicks in, it'll give you information about that tenant. And if it's a public tenant, be able to pull in the public data, stock price, information that gives you relative as the health of the tenant, as many call it, and what the health of the tenant is, what kind of news is about the tenant. Are they stable? Are they increasing in their in space? Are they looking for more? And as a broker goes in, you can see what the health of the tenant looks like and be able to make notes and comments on that. And the moment they do, everybody in the organization is aware of what's going on with each tenant and so forth. So it becomes a very viable tool, not only to predict what that looks like and pulling information, public information that's available, also be able to pull credit information if you subscribe to DNB or Moody's or any of those other third-party searches. That can also be combined collectively to give you the health and the wealth of the tenants here. Alternatively, this particular client, VMware, for example, we can see really quickly, dynamically in the cloud place what the revenue for this item is, for this client is, CapEx, options, clauses, and actually see all the documents that are attached to this particular client if need be. All that is available at your fingertips and dynamically anywhere you are, including in the building with the client or outside the building or in an office somewhere where you are headquartered. So this is a very, again, provides a lot of information, collects it all together in a very dynamic way and gives you real-life intelligence what that looks like. Now, the extra piece that we do is we actually have pulled in also broker information. So pipeline of who is, for all the vacant spaces, who's looking at the space. I want to know. I want to know who the broker is. I want to know who's looking at the space, what stage is it in. All that combined together gives you a really good forecast into the future of your building. And this is something we've done collectively, again, from a portfolio level all the way down to an asset level. And very quickly, we're going to look at an asset level here, and we're going to show you a particular prospect, what stage they're in, and then how does that impact your particular building. Intelligence, real intelligence getting to you to make better decisions around. And here's an example of Adi going to show this particular client and walk through what that really means from a broker perspective and then looking at the asset management perspective.
Right. Yeah, thanks, Neil. So what we've done over here is we started off from the pipeline. And again, the pipeline is a very collaborative system. It can be set up where you can either link to your existing CRM systems, or this can be used as a collaboration system on its own. And it very easily lets you manage your brokers, your asset managers, and everybody together in terms of permissions and setup. People can come in and provide updates on a periodic basis. And you can, again, make it as simple or as sophisticated as you want it to be, where people can key in just the key fields that are required. And if they want, you can also attach documents. So I'm just going to click into one of the prospects over here and then scroll down below. And here you're going to be seeing any of the documents that went along as part of this deal attached to the deal information, and then also commentary that was done between the people working on this deal. So it again provides a very simple system to use, but again a lot of power and functionality for people to really improve their efficiencies, go beyond Excel and PDF or any other email-based tracking mechanisms to organize all the information and make it accessible for the entire team to work better. The pipeline information is again leveraged for further sophisticated analysis by combining it together with your stacking plans. So we just looked at the stacking plan that was generated based upon your rent rolls. You can also look at the stacking plan that combines in the information of not just your current tenants, but also people that might be filling up the spaces in the building into the future. So here I've clicked into the pipeline section of the stacking plan. Here you can select certain deals that you have going on, or you can also really filter by the deal stages. And then as you scroll down over here, it shows you who your current tenants are, what your occupancy might be, not just today, but the ability for you to predict your occupancy into the future based on your leasing pipeline activity and look at what your future occupancy might look like. As you scroll down below, you have, again, a dynamic view of your building where you can see which spaces are vacant and also what prospects that you have on them. So we're looking at, for example, at floor number 5, there's a vacant space over here with 2 prospects. You can click into that, and then now you see what the space that's vacant, who are the people that you have in the pipeline, and then also what options that might be there on that space and what encumbrances that are there. So it really pulls together information from different sources. Your rent rolls providing what's vacant, the AMP pipeline tool that's either you're using directly or connected to your CRM is pulling in information on deals that you have going on. The AMP lease abstract tool is really capturing all the information in terms of lease options and the other terms around that, and bringing all of that together in a very visual and easy to analyze format.
And I think, one of the things here, and in spirit of time, we're going to move a little faster here. The ability to pull all this together, give you the ability to move forward is very dynamic. And I will call on Alex Skornikoff, who heads our services division. And there may be lots of times when the data is unstructured. There's additional things like lease, managing a lease in terms of abstracts and due diligence and some of those things, and how does the information get into AMP, and help organize all of that. Alex leads that division here, so I'm going to call on Alex here to walk through that, and how we've applied technology in this space to really give you a dynamic platform in real time, be able to communicate with Alex and his team to give you the most up-to-date information in a very easy and seamless way. So with that, Alex, are you on?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Neil.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello. So our services team provides 2 really key functions for AMP Technologies. The first is to help in the integration of the platform itself. We do all of the data validation. We make sure all of the uploads are correct, and make sure that the system is working kind of as promised and as delivered, and making sure that the daily and weekly and monthly updates get done timely and accurately. The second function that we provide our clients is around lease administration, property accounting and finance, and due diligence, mostly around Argus modeling and cash flow modeling, waterfall modeling. What Adi has on the screen here is our transparent view for our clients. They'll be able to see exactly where we are on all of the projects that we handle for them. Clients can see the exact state of the projects that we're working on, particularly if it's a lease administration, accounting, or due diligence project. I think we have a lease administration project here, so you can kind of see the phases that we're in the different projects and so forth. And it's very collaborative. We ask questions, client responds to questions and so forth. They make the approvals. They can move from different processes, different parts of the workflow within the system, and it's very transparent. It's something our services team offers clients that no one else in the kind of the services or BPS space is really doing. A lot of the status reports are around Excel worksheets and so forth, but we have it automated online, so clients can see kind of exactly where we are on the different projects. Just to backtrack a little bit, our services team is very capable around all of the major property accounting systems, MRI, Yardi, JD Edwards, even CTI. We have great experience in all those systems, both from an administration lease administration standpoint and finance and accounting standpoint. And the way the services works is we basically log into client systems and provide the services around lease abstraction, inputting into their property management system, getting leases set up. On the accounting side, we handle things like accounts receivable, cash application, we do accounts payable, and we do the full spectrum of GL accounting accruals, bank reconciliations, and so forth. And then on the due diligence side, we provide Argus modeling and other kinds of modeling to our clients around those services. That's just a kind of quick overview on what we're doing on the services side in addition to supporting the platform.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. No, I appreciated that. And then just in the spirit of time, I think we're going to take a few questions here. You know, again, business intelligence, something that's fast and furious coming in the world with big data out there. We at AMP Technologies provide you the best technology. We are, the DNA of Silicon Valley is really to innovate and be in a space of innovation, cutting-edge technology, brought that all together. And this is where we work with the Googles of the world, the Yahoo, and now working with some of the Arguses of the world, MRI, and all that collectively together to give you the best solution possible in the marketplace, and also be flexible for the future. So if there's other technologies that are come out down the future that provide some insight into real estate, we'll be able to bring that in and give that in a dynamic format. To bring in Google and be able to walk around a particular building and do that and walk through and take a tour of that is something that we'll show here in a second really quickly that gives you all of that in a very dynamic way. Again, give yourself the advantage. Take a look at some great systems out there. At AMP, we provide some phenomenal tools for you, and we'd love to showcase this to you. I think before I take questions, I would like to let you know that if anybody is interested, please either raise your hand or you may want to send an email back. And what we'll do is we will give you a trial version that allows you to work with your particular asset around the properties along with some of the services we offer for everybody on this call here today. And that gives you a really live view of how things work in real time with AMP Technology. So for the spirit of that, love to do that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Liz. Liz, are you around?
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Neil. That was really great. You know, here at Redirect, we do a lot of deep technical consulting for clients. We build a lot of custom solutions for people to actually figure out how to look at their data. And it's so great to finally have an option that's pre-built, kind of ready to go. And the trial offer is really great, too. It's always nice to have no commitment and just be able to try something out and see how it works for you. So definitely use the raise your hand feature if you're interested in more information. I'm also going to start grabbing questions, so please put that in. If you have questions about, you know, current versions of the softwares you're on or implementation time, anything, please ask those questions now. We have a couple I'm going to start off with. We'll try to get through all of them. The first question actually goes back to different versions of software, and that is asking, it says, I have an older version of MRI. How can I integrate that into this platform?
Great. That's a great question. I think, Alex, I'll have you answer that really quickly.
Sure. Yeah, we integrate to all versions of MRI, and even custom versions. We've integrated to a number of different MRI instances. Some of them have been very customized, and we are able to do that fairly quickly with some of the CAD files that we've developed, and we can update those CAD files to get data out of MRI very easily. And pretty much all versions, both versions that are hosted by MRI, and if you're self-hosted, we have been able to access kind of back to at least version 4.
Great. Thank you, Alex.
Great. Okay, I have another question. Says you mentioned using, sorry, let me see here. You mentioned using Excel information. How do I manage that sort of data with this platform?
Audie, you want to take
you
want to take a crack at that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So we again work with multiple data types. If you have Excel, what we would do is we would look at your Excel files and work with you to make sure that there is one standard template that you're using across, and then we would build a mapping of the fields in the template to fields on the intelligence tool. So we again standardize the template, and then we let people upload those templates with the data into our system.
Yeah, and the beauty of our software is we've done this quite a bit, and have some clients small from few assets all the way to hundreds of assets. And the beauty of our system, again, is it gives you a solution that's cost-effective. We have a team of implementers, and also we have a team that pulls this unstructured data at a very low cost for you and gets you up and running fairly quickly.
Great. And actually, another question related is the information from MRI real-time, or are there daily data dumps into AMP?
Nope, that's a great question as well. So what we can do is we pull in a lot of this information on a daily, on a nightly basis. Some of this information, financial information, does not. It's up to you, and some organizations do it daily. Our goal is to do it daily. Or some information is real-time. For example, all the broker information, all the stacking information, where any information is pulled in, whether it's collaboration piece or our inputting of prospects and all that, that's all real-time. It's given to you in real-time. Financial data, not quite so sensitive in real-time, but we can give you on a nightly basis the day previous data and pull it in daily, weekly, or monthly, whichever format you want. We absolutely do that for you. But anything to do with revenue, to do with broker information or prospects and those kind of things, that happens in real time.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, I'm going to open it up to see, are there any other questions before we sign off? Now's the time. If anyone has any, like I said, any concerns, feel free to raise your hand or reach out. Okay, it looks like that's everything. There's a good few questions there. Before we sign off, Neil, is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, just thank you so much. I mean, there's, I think, a lot of technology out there in the space. There's some old players, some new players in the space. Collectively, there's other technology outside the sector that works for real estate that can be all pulled in to give you real-time information, to give you a dynamic and information relative to the performance of your assets, and not only for the past performance, but current performance, and then ultimately a role to pull all this information in to give you a better outcome in the future performance. And at AMP, we're committed to that, and you'll see not only from today what you've seen and we've talked about, but to give you the advantage to move your organization from strategy to execution quicker and give you that competitive advantage. So thank you for the time today, and I really appreciate everybody joining us on the call today, and would love to hear back from you, and looking forward to that. So thank you so much to Redirect as well, and Liz, and looking forward to the future contact. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. It's been great. Have a good day, everyone.